Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome back. Last video we saw the first two sections, first two types of conditions for feminine words. Now in this small video we're going to be looking at the rest, 3 and 4. Body parts in pair. Now I don't want to go into details here because we will eventually get to study body parts in details when we go into that part. But still, that's why not? Let's see. Okay, body parts in pair. Basically, as the title suggests, these are words that these are basically body parts that we have in pair. And I will be listing few words here, not much, just few, because as I said, we don't want to do too much detailed stuff here. Udnun. Udnun means ear. Okay. And then we have saq. Actually, you could say rijalun. Rijal. Leg. And then we have yadun, which means hands, right? Then we have qadam. Qadamun means foot. We have, what else we have? Ainun. Ainun means eyes. And that's pretty much it. Just for the time being, know these words here. They are feminine words, okay? I don't want to go into details here because this is the least important. This is the least important right now. In fact, I want to focus on number four, because these are important. They are very important words that needs to be memorized. They are Quranic words, meaning these words come a lot in the Quran, most of them, many of them. And I have a very interesting way to approach these words here. It's a big reveal, as mentioned. So here it is. Here, don't be intimidated by this thing here, okay? It's just forget about that. Let's look at this chart here. Okay, I'm gonna look at this chart. Let's look at the word harbun. Harb means war, right? This word comes a lot in the Quran. فَإِلَّمْ تَفْعَلُوا فَأْذَنُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. Taking usury is equivalent of calling upon a war between Allah and His Messenger. And then we have the word ardun. Now surprisingly, apologies. Surprisingly, the word ardun sounds a lot like earth, right? It sounds a lot like earth. Ardun, earth, right? So that's a very neat way to remember this word, earth. So okay, there goes that. Harbun, war, ardun, earth. Sama, this is a word we all know. Sama means sky. وَخَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ, and He created the sky, right? Sama. Rih means wind. Allah says in the Quran, إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ رِيحًا صَرْصَرًا فِي يَوْمٍ نَحْسٍ مُّسْتَمِرٍ. So, rih means wind. Allah sent a very powerful, dangerous wind to the people of Ad. And, it's in the Quran in many places. Shams, sun. And then we have bi'run, well. This is a new word, bi'run. You need to remember these words by heart. You need to know them by heart. Bi'run. Nafsun. Nafsun, now interestingly, it means person. Nafs could also mean metaphorically soul. Not the actual soul, but like, soul meaning every person. So, but the more accurate word, more appropriate word for soul would be ruh. Right? Also in the Quran, and they ask you about the soul, ruh. That's a more accurate word. Nafsun basically means person. It could also metaphorically mean soul. So, if you see nafsun and we say, nafsun translate to soul, it also means person. And then we have darul akhirah, house in the paradise. Dar means house, very common word. Nar, jahannam, fire. Nar means fire. What was the verse again? قل نار جهنم أشد حر لو كانوا لو كانوا يفقهون. Tell them that the fire in hell is more fierce and more harsh than the fire of this world, right? Nar, كأس, cup. دلو, bucket, new word. خمر, wine. ويسألونك عن الخمر والميسر, right? خمر, wine. They ask you about wine and gambling. So خمر means wine. سبيل, سبيل and طريق means the same thing, path. Jahannam, hellfire. Sa'irun, hellfire. And asa, staff. Okay. So here is this example here. What is this? This is basically a little story, people came up with. Normally students prefer this example. And what happens is, they have a little story here. And in this story, we implicated these words here. So it's kind of easy for us to remember. So let's go through it, okay? During a harb. What does harb mean? Harb means war. Well, that is too light. I need something darker. Harb means war. During a war, a soldier was daydreaming, okay, looking up at the sama'un, sky, until the shams, until the sun came up. When he snapped out of it, he realized that he was the only nafsun, person left on the battlefield. Okay. He was surrounded by nar, fire. So he used a dalwun, bucket full of water, to make a sabilun, path, and tariq, pathway, for himself to a safer earth. Now, fun fact, not earth, land, okay, there we go. In the hot blowing rihun means air or wind, not air actually, wind. He was desperately looking for a bi'run, well, to draw more water from. In his search, he found an empty darun, house, inside which there was a ka'sun, cup, full of khamrun, wine. He remembered his fear of Jahannam, hellfire, and Sa'irun, hellfire. And he used his asa, staff, to strike the drink. So that's basically this story. You know, it's a really funny story, but also has a pretty nice summary, pretty nice lesson here, moral lesson to learn from. But this example really helps to remember these words. So let's go through it again. During a harb, during a war, a soldier was daydreaming, he was looking up at the sky, sama'un, until the shams, the sun came up. When he snapped out of it, he realized that he was the only nafsun, is that one there? Nafsun, soul or person left on the battlefield. طيب. He was surrounded by nar. He was surrounded by fire. So he used a dalun, bucket, full of water to make a sabil and a tariq, path, right? For himself to safer land, ardun. In the hard-blowing wind, he was desperately looking for a what? Bi'run, well, to draw more water. Okay, water from. In his search, he found an empty house. He found an empty house. طيب. And what did he find inside? Inside which there was a ka'sun, cup full of khamr. He remembered his fear. He remembered his fear of Jahannam. He remembered his fear for Jahannam and his fear of Sa'id. And so he used his asa to strike the drink. There we go. That these words here, you see, they are all feminine words, these are all feminine words. Like I can't remember particular examples here, but let's look at the word Jahannam, right? Jahannam. Allah says in the Quran, هذه جهنم التي كنتم به تكذبون. هذه الله أكبر. هذه جهنم التي كنتم بها. What's the verse again? Allahu Akbar. هذه جهنم التي كنتم بها تكذبون. Right? And then now I want you to answer, why did we use the word هذه, the feminine version of هذا, and not the masculine version? Yes, because the word Jahannam is feminine, and thus, as it's feminine, we're using هذه, right? There we go. And then the verse was هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون. That's one of them. This is in Surah Yasin, and there are other verses like this in the Quran. And then we have I can't really remember any other examples. It's kind of hard to come up with random verses that has these examples here. Let me see. Let me get my. I don't know. Yeah, that's just one of the examples, right? So that's basically it. So when we are indicating these words, we'll treat them as feminine because they are feminine. Another note you can write here, I will come to this later, not now. Just, this is a note. If you're taking notes, which I highly suggest, take notes. Another type of words that are feminine, or that are treated feminine, is broken pronouns. Okay? I have some of them here. Okay. Not pronouns, what am I talking about? Broken plural. So this is an example here. Broken plurals can or are treated feminine. I will come to this very soon. This is a note you guys can keep. we're gonna come to this part very soon in the book Medina Arabic. We're gonna be talking about more about plurals. So then we're gonna look at this. Okay. So that's mostly it for masculine and feminine words for the time being. Okay, for the time being. Soon we're gonna be going through few basic grammar rules before we move on to the Medina book, because I noticed that if we're going through the book, there are examples and chapters where we have to stop for that particular topic analysis. So I think it would be better for us to see that one or two topics in details and know them by heart. If there are vocabularies, rules, we're gonna memorize them, and then move on to the book so we can go with the flow, right? So let me know if you guys want that, or I could do it the other way around. We're gonna, we have idafa. We have to look at idafa, and then this is not important. Harf al-jar, harf al-nasab, that's not important, but idafa is really important. So let me know if you guys want me to do that. Like when we're gonna go through the book, we have a topic. We encounter a topic, we encounter a lesson that needs further analysis. So we do extra videos where we talk about that. Or do you prefer going through those type of topics first and then doing the book without any, distraction? So that's pretty much it for masculine and feminine words. We're gonna go through a lot of examples in the next video. We're gonna go through the book. We're gonna go through tons of examples, and inshallah this topic will be mastered by heart. I hope so, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.